Hello there. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, English Win. I'm Suranga. Today it is total immersion. And in total immersion, you are totally immersed in the target language, that is English. Total immersion වලදී ඔබ මුළුමනින්ම අදාළ භාෂාවේ ගිල් වෙනවා. ඒ කියලා කියන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාවේ. අපිට ඉංග්‍රීසි විතරක් ඇහෙනකොට තමයි ඉංග්‍රීසි කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. සිංහල ඇහෙනකොට අපේ ඔළුවේ ඒක රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නියුරල් පාත්වේස් එහෙම නැත්නම් ස්නායුක මාර්ග හැදෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒක කාටවත් තේරෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. ඒක තමයි අපි මේ හැමදාම දුක් විඳින්නේ. මේවා තේරුම් අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ පරිශ්‍රණ කරලා. ඒක හින්දා ඒක තේරුම් ගන්න ඔබට පරිශ්‍රණ කරන්න ඕනේ. පහළ තියෙන PDF එක බලන්න. බලපුවම ඔබට පෙනේවි කොච්චර කණ්ඩායමක් මේ ක්‍රමයේ අනුගමනය කරලා දියුණු වෙලා කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙලා සතුටටපත් වෙලා ඉන්නවද කියලා පහළ PDF එකෙන් බලන්න. ඒ වගේම තවත් PDF එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකත් අරන් බලන්න. ඉතින් එහෙනම් අපි යන් අද කතාව අතරතුර සිංහල පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ මුළුමනින්ම සරල ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් තමයි ඔබට මේ කතාව යන්නේ. ඒකින්ද ඔබට ඉංග්‍රීසි තේරුන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ඔබ හිතන කෙනෙක් වුණත් මේක තේරෙනවා. හරිද? මට ඒක විශ්වාසයි. ඔබ 8 පන්තියට ගිහින් තියෙනවා නම් මේක තේරෙනවා. අපි තේරුමක් නැහැ 8 9 ළමයින්ට සිංහලෙන් උගන්වලා ටිකක් සිංහල කතා කරලා ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් උගන්වන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් එහෙම එකක් අපි ළඟදී පටන් ගන්නවා. හරි. ඒකට කලින් අපි බලමු මේක. එහෙමනම් house on fire. මේක කතාවක් නෙමෙයි event එකක්. So in day to day life we have to talk about events that we experience. So therefore this is House on Fire from an Indian book that is Essays, Comprehension and Letters by Dr. B.R. Kishore, not Kishore Kumar. Okay. House on Fire. So I think you are ready, prepared to listen to the story. Shall we go? A house on fire. On fire. On fire means something is burning. If something is on fire, it is burning. The house is on fire. My heart is on fire. The cardboard box is on fire. On fire is burning. That is fire. One night, I was sleeping on the terrace, and around midnight, suddenly there were shouts of fire, fire. One night, you understand what one night is? I was sleeping. Grrr. I was sleeping where? On the terrace. On the terrace. I was sleeping in my room? No, on the terrace. Why on the terrace? On a surface. Terrace is a sort of a home garden in a way, an open area where we can plant things, we grow things. That is terrace. How can you sleep on terrace at night, midnight? One night I was sleeping on the terrace. But I think here he must have mentioned, Kishore must have mentioned a roof terrace. Roof terrace is, this is floor. We are walking on the floor. That is roof. You know what a roof is. We use basically sheets of asbestos and things like to in our roof. So roof terrace is in some buildings, houses or whatever, above roof there is a sort of a garden. So that open area, above a roof, we basically make home gardens generally. We have seen at some places that must have been. I think this should be a roof terrace. One night I was sleeping on the terrace, and around midnight, 12 o'clock or so, suddenly there were shouts of shouting, shouting, fire, fire, shouts of fire, fire. I woke up and I woke up at once. At once means patapatas. At once I went. At once he took the gun out. At once. Patas. We have no time to think. At once. Patapatas. I woke up at once. Looked out into the window. Looked out into the street. At once looked out into the street. Street is where vehicles go, where people move. Street, you understand. Peta Street, Chatham Street, sort of streets. Olcott Street. I woke up and once I looked into the street. A house in our lane was on fire. A house in our lane, yeah, second chapel lane, yeah. A house in our lane was on fire. I quickly rushed. Rush means going to a place or going towards quickly, rush. They rush to the hospital, yeah, we say. I quickly rushed out to see a large number of people had already gathered there. So when I went there, when I rushed out to see, a large number of people had already gathered there. A large number of people, not one, not two, not three, maybe 50 people. Yeah. A large number of people had already gathered there. Gathering means coming together, gathering, gather. Together, gather. Gathering is a sort of a crowd. I mean, Siripala from that street, Gurapala from that place, and everybody has come to a one place that they have gathered. Gathered means they are now in at a one place. Everyone was already gathered there. Everyone was trying to put out the fire with water and sand. Everyone was trying. Hey, good people. Everyone was trying. Everyone was trying to sing songs? No. Everyone was trying to put out the fire. Put out the fire means make fire stop burning. When there is a fire, we try to stop fire burning. Yeah, we throw water onto it, sort of things that we do. Yeah. But put out fire with water and sand. Everyone was trying to put out the fire with water and sand, but this did not seem to help much. Throwing sand and fire, as they say, that is this. But this did not seem to help much, did not seem, as we see, as I have observed, it was not effective. It was not good. It did nothing. So useless. The trying is not a good thing. They tried their very best, level best, but they could not. Sand. But this did not seem to help much. No, I don't see that it is going. Yeah, I must have said. We heard many screams from inside the house. Many screams from inside the house. What is scream? Yeah. Scream is screaming. Scream. Scream. Scream is a long, loud, piercing cry. Long. It's long. Yeah. And also loud. Not Buddha Ammo. Yeah, long, loud, piercing. Piercing is going through. Yeah, if an arrow or a pen pierces through this book, it goes from this side, then comes out of this side. Piercing. An arrow pierced his chest. Pierce. Coming from this side and going out of the other side. Yeah, piercing. Yeah. The piercing cry means basically it seems that it pierces your eardrum. It pierces your ear. It goes from this ear and coming out of this ear. That is piercing. Why piercing? It's really strong. The sound is very loud and piercing, and that's something like that. But this did not seem to help much. We had many screams from inside the house, which, yeah. We heard many screams from inside the house. From inside the house, we heard many screams that maybe people trapped people in the house. They could not come out from inside the house, which belonged to Mr. Williams. Inside the house, which belonged to Mr. Williams. Williams is the owner of the house. This is my house, I am Tennakon. And this is Suranga's house. And that is William's house, not Suranga's house. Mr. Williams, a shopkeeper. William is a shopkeeper. He must have been sleeping. Yeah. Soon, 2 fire engines arrived on the scene. Soon, 2 fire engines arrived on the scene. Something like that, 2 fire engines. Soon 2 fire engines arrived on the scene and the firemen got down. You understand, firemen got down. Firemen got down to work quickly. Why did they get down. They get down to work quickly without spending time there. Down to work quickly. While some of them use the hose pipe, some of them use the hose pipe, hose pipe, a very big pipe, to squirt jets of water on the fire. To squirt jets of water. Jets of water. You know how jets fly? Yeah. Jets. Jets of water. Yeah. Jets of water. Water rushing out quickly. Instantly and at a very high speed. Yeah. Soon the fire engines arrived on the scene and the firemen go down to work quickly, while some of them used the hose pipe to squirt jets of water. Squirting is basically a liquid or a gas comes out of a narrow, tiny hole, not tiny, narrow hole, so that it gains a really high speed. So that is squirting, basically. Squirting. Not high speed, basically, but in this case, the speed is really high. While some of them used the hose pipe to squirt jets of water on the fire, two firemen entered the house. Two firemen entered the house. Two firemen. That is, we call them, two firemen entered the house. And rescued the family. Two firemen entered. Other people were squirting jets of water onto the house to put out fire. And at the same time, two firemen entered the house to rescue. Firefighters, we call them firemen, firefighters, entered the house to save the lives of people, rescued people. Two firemen entered the house and rescued the family. Rescued the family. It's a really good thing. Rescued. What is rescued? Rescued. Rescued is saving the life when people are in danger. Maybe at sea or somewhere. When we save people's lives, we call it rescue. Two firemen entered the house and rescued the family. A child appeared to have received minor injuries. A child, what do you call that? Appeared to have, as we have observed, a child appeared to have received minor injuries. Received means she or he, minor injuries. Minor means a very small, simple, not grave, not big. Injuries are physical damages go to your body, happen to your body in an accident or something, injury, yeah. A child appeared to have received minor injuries, that's really good. But fortunately, there was no casualty in the fire. No casualty in the fire. In the fire, no casualty. Casualty is actually in a very sort of a grave accident, serious accident. Or in war, if people die, or if people are injured in a grave way, in a bad way, that is casualty. You don't want essentially to see people die, to say casualty, maybe injured, yeah. In a war or a serious accident, yeah. Yeah, a child appeared to have received minor injuries, but unfortunately, there was no casualty in the fire. It took the firemen about half an hour. It took half an hour. They had to work hard for half an hour to control the fire. They have controlled the fire. Now it's okay. Now no fire. But much of the house was reduced to ashes. Oh, that's okay now. They have saved people. But on the other hand, much of the house was reduced to ashes. Reducing. What is reducing? Making small. Making reducing. Reducing means making really small something. For example, when we go to do photocopying things, we would say, excuse me, you have to reduce this to A4. Reduce this to A4. We would say, reduce means make it small. So the house became really small, not going to, the sort of a house, small house, no. It went to ashes, yeah, finally. But much of the house was reduced to ashes. Ashes. What is ash? When you burn firewood or wood or something, or piece of paper, if you burn piece of paper, finally you can see a blackish powder or sort of ash powder. That is what we call ash, ashes, reduced to ashes. The house became really, most of the house, that is the great part of the house became ash. Mr. Williams suffered a great loss that night. Mr. Williams suffered. Suffering. We are suffering. In our religion, the Buddhism say, so life is really a way of suffering. Yeah, suffering. We suffer in this life. Oh, we have a lot of problems, we suffer. So suffering is experiencing a great pain. Suffering, yeah. He suffered a great loss. Injury? No. Why did he suffer? Suffering. Why he had such great pains? Because he lost his property. Great loss that night. Suffered great loss. Suffering is losing things. In our religion, even say we suffer because we lose things. That is nature. We have to think about that. Yeah, but also we have to think about sort of things, precautions, or safety measures when we are living in a place or in a house or wherever. We have to be very careful about what can happen. Yeah, things happen at once, quickly, or without our noticing, things would happen. Yeah, that is it. That is the story. It's really not a story actually. This is an essay written on a house on fire. But the importance of this is when you listen to the total language, total English or total Urdu, total Hindi, what happens is you register the patterns and everything in your head. That is how kids learn. That is how everybody learns his first language. To me, nobody taught grammar, sentence patterns, structures, S, V, and O, present perfect tense. So that I spoke when I went to school perfectly, fluent language. And everybody, every kid does so. Why is that? How is that? There is listening, listening. They are not writing. That is what people do not understand. They think that learning English is learning Sinhala, listening to Sinhala. Yeah, learning English through Sinhala is really good. That is, you can learn English as a subject, just like you learn history, just like you learn mathematics, just like you learn science. You can learn English, and you can do a PhD, master's degree, BSc, or whatever it is, bachelor's degree, learning English, but you won't be able to speak if you're not listening a lot. Listening plus you have to use it, but first you have to store something. That is it. So therefore, we are doing a couple of things to improve your language skills. Who need the language. And then if you go to the feed PDF below, I have given the link, and you would see how people have improved using this method. They have expressed their ideas. Some people are retired people, retired teachers. Some people are retired teachers of mathematics, English medium. They try to pick up the spoken language. They have done, and going through sort of stories, so simple stories. So we are going to start two courses. One is intermediate English, spoken English course, coming second Sunday, that is March 2nd, Sunday, in the evening. Yeah, you can join if you like. So all the details are there below as a PDF. And if you wish to join us, send a WhatsApp message to the link given. Okay, then bye.